You know, there's your boy Twan checking in another episode of SMSD Sports Music Spades and Dark Liquor. I got my PG County, Maryland family in the building. SaVannah, what's up with it?
What's good? I didn't know you're from PG County.
No, not me.
Oh.
Not me. I'm from Rochester, New York.
Okay.
You know, but I got some family out there too. You know,
Okay.
I'm dabbling with the mumbo sauce and all that.
Yeah,
Getting
sure.
right.
Yeah.
First and foremost, happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much.
We gotta talk about this one.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. Got this record out right now. Talk to me about this record that you're killing the streets with.
Oh, thank you. It's a vibey record. I call it like the pregame record, so girls can listen to it in the bathroom when they're getting dressed. Just a nice feel-good song.
Mm-hmm. Now I have to say, I watched the visual. I listened to the single, then I watched the visual. I said, man, there's so much energy within the visual and the record itself. Talk to me about the process coming in with that record, and what was your thoughts?
For the visuals?
And the single itself.
I mean, that record, it was just a feel-good record. It was in the moment. It wasn't too deep. Just talking about, some things I do all the time, drinking Douce. I'm a dancer. So for the video, I kind of just wanted like a performance style video. Very simple. Blue, pink lights, fog, and glamour, It was very simple.
So you talk about, or you speak about taking people on a trip with the music and performances through the art. How long have you been doing it, and where did it come from? Like, because you have so many inspirations. I see that Brandy, is one of those people that you look up to.
Absolutely.
And you were on Broadway. You played Nala.
I did.
And that's very, very dope.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Thank you.
First off, 7 years old, playing Nala, acting. How did that come about?
It's so funny because I was in dance class, and my dance teachers had noticed, I guess, my personality when I wasn't dancing or we weren't in class. So they basically just told my parents about a manager that they knew. And they were saying, she has a great big personality. She's very talented. You should take her to this manager. Shout out to Linda Townsend. And I auditioned for her. And then one of my, maybe like my third audition, it was Lion King. And I actually auditioned 8 times. It was over like 20,000 girls that auditioned. And I got chosen to be an original cast member for the Midwestern tour. So that was in Chicago and San Francisco. I was there, Chicago for a year and San Francisco for a year, and then I came back home. Okay. So I've been doing it, dancing, singing, and acting since I was like 7 or 8, and I'm 26 now.
Multifaceted female.
Well, thank you.
How did the music come into play? From the acting, how did the music? Was it someone in the family? Did you have family members that were musically inclined, or something that you picked up?
Singing, my voice is very unique. I don't have like a big voice, so I'm not gonna like blow anyone out of the the whole thing. It's very low, and it's a special quality to it. And I think because I was a dancer first, and acting is kind of like second nature because I have a big personality. Singing was the one that was more of a challenge and that's why I like Brandy so much, because for a long time I didn't know who I sounded like. I didn't know what songs I could sing. And then, watching Brandy was she was one of the people whose songs I was able to kind of find my voice to. But she has an amazing range as well. So I just kept practicing at it because I felt like out of all 3 of my talents, I felt like singing wasn't my strongest back then. So I just became obsessed with it. And I started writing music when I was about 15. And then my first solo record came out when I was like 18 or 19. And I just did it just to try it, to put it out, to see if people would, like me. And I got a great response. And so from there, I just kept working.
Speaking of responses and people gravitating towards the music, we have to talk about how do you get the attention of Mr. Rel Carter, to see the music, seeing a special talent. And now you guys are working on a project that's going to come out soon. How did that even happen? How did that
Well,
even come about?
my husband actually created the Rel Carter Culture Tour with Rel, and that's basically a platform for artists to be able to meet Rel, as well as get a workshop on the business side of things. A lot of times artists don't understand, what splits are, what the PROs are, and they also get to perform. So I was one of the artists who, of course, performed at that time. I had a different single whole nother story. Out, and I just was performing on the tour, and then for a while I had stopped, but I had just met him then and just kept the relationship open. He's a very nice guy. He responds to anybody. He'll listen to your music. And I just asked him, I'm about to do this project, I'm really serious about it, and I wondered if you would, A&R it. And he was like, no question. So, because we had already been friends for like 2 years before any of this came about. So it was very organic, really big on relationships and everything being authentic.
Can you speak on it? What's in the works? What can we expect to hear on this project? Is it a full project? Is it an EP? Or
I think I'm gonna do an EP.
Okay.
Yeah, like an introduction. Just to for people to get to know me. Definitely hard hitting beats. Like I said, I'm a dancer, performer, so definitely things that'll make people dance. Honesty, vulnerability. I'm a mom. I'm a wife, so that adds to a little bit of my day-to-day time management. Camaraderie, because I feel like there aren't enough women coming together and kind of showing that. Kind of like, I'm very old school, so I like the 90s. So when I think of like my friends, it's like girlfriends, Moesha, the Parkers, just very normal. Kind of how like Megan Thee Stallion is bringing that camaraderie. Definitely records about like me and my friends, just fun stuff.
Do you look at it? Do you like, okay, so with Megan Thee Stallion, since we mentioned her, it's so funny how they try to label like hot girl summer, things like that, where it seemed like all the hot girls had boyfriends and husbands, so everybody like, wait, I thought we were supposed to be doing this. So for you, how do you balance, having a family life, having a music life, and how do you kind of put the boundary to how everything is going to structure for your life?
Honestly, it's a day-to-day thing. Definitely a lot of prayer, I do have a supportive family, especially when it comes to my son. Everybody in my family will take him, no question. But you have to just really, really use your calendar and your reminders, and just set a schedule that's best for you. It's really no one way, but definitely have some personal time. There's so many different things that I have to do. And so, but I still want to make sure I have my time for myself too, to kind of have clarity and have peace through all of that.
Has the industry been everything you thought it would be, or is it more than you thought it would be? What you've been exposed to? From either the business side, the relationship side.
I mean, I'm a little biased only because I feel like I was exposed or introduced to so many things when I did Lion King, because that was like a very professional situation. So, and my husband tells me a lot, sometimes it's a blessing and a curse, because sometimes my expectations or standards are a little higher, but that's the level that I was introduced to. So it's not many things that are shocking. People are people, no matter what industry you're in. I think there's good and bad. Yeah.
What has been the reception to the music thus far, whether it be from family, friends, strangers?
It's been pretty good. Most feedback is it's catchy. I get a mixed audience of who's heard the record and haven't seen the video, and who have just seen the video. So a lot of people like the video. They say it's very true to who I am, dancing, very vibey. I've had good feedback so far. People just want to know what's next.
Yeah. Coming in already seasoned, knowing or seeing both sides of it, whether the business side or the professional side of things, what would be your advice to any aspiring artists or women who would like to be in the industry? What would be some of those things, that you would implement for them to kind of figure out how to move around this male-driven industry?
Yeah. Definitely know who you are. Don't feel pressured by social media or people to make you feel like you have to be more exposed than you want to be. It's a marathon, not a race. Do your research. Know your business. Keep as many good people around as possible. Know how to deal with men. um, and understand that if people want to work with you, no matter who you know refer them to for your business, if they really want to do work, then they'll contact that person, whether it's male, female, it doesn't matter. Someone just asked me that actually, how do I navigate? Most of the time, I speak to men who want to do business with me, but most of the time I refer them to Devin or someone else on my team who I feel like it would just be a better situation. I typically talk to all the females myself, so it's ways to navigate and still get your business done properly. But the main one is to not rush anything.
Talk about Undivided. Now that record there.
You heard that song?
I did. I had to do my research. Had to do that.
Lord. Okay. You're the first person to ask me about that recently. Okay. Undivided is my second song that I put out. Came out in 2014. And it's a record that I was singing everywhere in DC. I'm from Maryland, but I did like maybe 30 lounges and I was singing that song.
Okay.
Not much else to say.
So the grind process from 2014 to 2019, the development and the growth, of you as an artist, what are some of the things that you learned from then that you can use today, or anything that you was like, okay, I see what I was doing in 2014, now that I'm doing in 2019, I can have more insight on as far as the artistry,
I still love the song. I think it's something very classic and 90s about it. Don't really like the video, but that's normal. But I definitely didn't know much about the business side. So that record currently has about 40,000 streams. That's like the only place that I put it out. I wasn't privy to like Apple Music, iTunes, and Spotify and all that back then. So I don't have any type of, I didn't register that record. So I know better now. But I had to go through that, and I had to put that out and understand, what I needed to do in the future. So that's why I say artists should really study to know, what the BMIs are, what the ASCAPs are, what the ISRC code is, how to copyright. Those are things I did not know back then. Yeah, but that's one of my favorite records still.
For people or couples in the industry who are in the same industry, what would your advice be for those people to kind of keep it together? Because, how everything with social media now, people deal with whatever demons that they have going on. So how do you and your husband, kind of keep everything together, especially with how the industry is? And
I think it's because we both genuinely love what we do. So we haven't really, we argue more so about like everyday real life things than music. It was actually really fun to work with him on how I do it, because he actually creative directed the video. Okay. And I thought it was going to be like, I didn't really know how it was going to be, but it actually went really well. He actually is able to take my vision and bring it to life. I'm still learning how to kind of help him on his end, because he does so much, so I'm like trying to find out how I can kind of help him. But we both love it, and we're very open. I think the foundation is key. We spent a lot of time just sitting and talking to each other for hours and hours and hours. So we really know each other. So it's not really much that we don't know about each other. So it's not much anyone else can tell us about each other, So.
Lastly, what can they expect from you in the future with the new project? Does it have a title?
Not yet.
Are you cooking one up? You got something in mind?
I don't know, because it's an introductory project. I want to make sure that it's like perfect. I'm one of those people that would rather like record a lot of content and then get together with my close friends and my team, play all of the records, pick our faves, and then kind of listen to it over and over and see what we get as an overall project. Okay.
Where can they follow you on social media?
I'm on Instagram at Iam.SaVannah, and I have a link to all my other social medias. I'm trying to get all of them to have the same name. So I'm still trying to figure that out. Okay. So Instagram for now, that's where I'm mostly in.
All right. You know what it is, your boy Twan checking in another episode of SMSD. SaVannah's in the building. I appreciate you so much for stopping by. Make sure y'all go check out her new single. Yes. New project on the way.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Wish
you.
you nothing but the best and much success.
Thank you so much.